Alright, welcome to the stream. How we doing tonight, everybody? It's not really a new week, sort of. We streamed yesterday, so that was a Monday, and we finished up Mother 3, which is pretty exciting. Big game to finish, so it was nice to be able to get that done. But that leaves us with a bit of a void now, doesn't it? And we've got a couple games lined up here. There was a Channel Point redemption for the independently made RPG Off, and we will be starting that up tonight. However, I want a little bit of a break from the standard turn-based RPGs. I've been doing a lot of them, good lord. So, I had streamed actually a couple weeks ago, or a week, I forget, but a bit of Elden Ring. And I was thinking maybe I could jump back to that, but I got a little addicted to playing it, and I ended up finishing the game, so there was not quite a whole lot of reason for me to keep going back to it. I could get the DLC, but then it's $40, and I don't really feel like buying the DLC right now, because I might be a little Elden Ringed out, so I just don't know that it's worth it right at this moment. But maybe I'll grab it when it gets on sale at some point, who knows. So instead, I've had a hankering to play Dark Souls, the first one. Used to love this game, and I haven't played it in about a decade or so. It's been a while, so playing a lot of, kind of Souls-like type games, even though they borrow a lot of inspiration from a bunch of other different games, stuff like Lies of P or Stellar Blade. You might even consider Elden Ring itself, even though it is made from Software. But still, it's like, I always loved that original Dark Souls. Demon Souls, not so much. I know Demon Souls preceded it. Demon Souls is a little rougher around the edges. I do think they kind of perfected things a little bit more with Dark Souls. And Dark Souls is one that I played quite a bit. I mean, I think only ever one run through all the way from start to finish, and then, New Game Pluses after that, so I don't know that I've ever started a new character and completed it all the way through. But I figured, why not check it out? It's been a long time. People aren't really keeping their eye on this as much anymore, considering that From Software has made so many more games. When I was kind of kicking around the idea of streaming this before, that was back in 2013 or something like that, about 10 years ago, and it's like when I first started streaming, and a lot of people were still kind of on the Dark Souls train, and you saw a lot of people playing it. Dark Souls 2 wasn't around for all that long. You had Bloodborne coming out, then of course Dark Souls 3, Elden Ring, Sekiro. So there's so much more on the table now. I feel like there isn't as many people keeping their eye necessarily on Dark Souls in and of itself, so kind of eases the pressure, I guess, in some ways, and it's kind of a little bit more not as overplayed, I think, as it was, say 10 years ago. So we're gonna check it out. I don't know if I'm gonna do it all the way through. It's kind of a long game, but still, I had kind of a hankering for it again. So we'll check it out. So let's go ahead and get started. We will boot up the game. Hopefully everything looks all right here. Oh my god. Oh, you know what I forgot? I wonder if... This game actually is probably going to be a little bit loud. Let me take a look. Oh, it does capture alright. I was having issues with it capturing before. Let me take a look at the volume mixer, make sure this thing isn't going to blast my ears out. I'm going to knock it down to maybe like 75%. Sounds good to me. Alright, I actually haven't played this game since they updated it to be like kind of more Steam-centric. This is the Prepare to Die edition, and I did get it off Steam, but back when I played it, it was still kind of like the Windows version. You needed to have like a Windows account. I remember it automatically assigned me one and gave me a name. It was like Dusky Book. Dusky Book 69. So it's been that long since I've played it, seriously. I put it on my Steam Deck, and I kind of picked it up here and there and played it for maybe about 2 hours, something like that. Nothing too extreme, but outside of that, I really haven't touched it all that much. So kind of been a while. Let's enter a character name here. Let's see. I think we'll just go for a good old 7. Sexy. Let's do male. I think I did, I guess the last game by From Software where you could, like, create a character like this, I did a female character with Elden Ring, so with the From Software games, I like to flip-flop between. So we'll do that. This time around, you know what I've never done? I've never done a run-through where I've played as a character with, like, super high strength. I see a lot of people do it. Apparently it makes the game somewhat easy too, because once you get to a certain point where you're just, like, heaving a giant hammer or greatsword around, and you got, like, a big armor on, you could just tank a bunch of hits and just keep swinging and not even have to worry about dodging or blocking or parrying or anything like that. So I might give something like that a try. I guess the best thing would probably be the bandit then, huh? Thief has the master key, though. I always like the master key. Maybe you could, I think you could choose your gift. I don't remember if that was a choosable one, though. Pyromancer. Yeah, let's do the bandit, I guess. It's gonna be the closest to what... Oh yeah, you can choose the master key. I don't know, everything else is, like, kind of shitty anyway, so it's like, you get a black firebomb, which you get plenty of those, twin humanities, which isn't, you know, super special, binoculars, which I think you could buy from a merchant or something at some point, pendant, which I don't think does anything, tiny being's ring, the HP regain isn't all that great from it, old witch's ring, I don't remember what even that is. No obvious effect. I always thought that the master key was always, like, one of the best things. What is my physique? Large upper body, large lower body. Every day is leg day. Top heavy, which looks like it just makes your head big. And tiny head. Let's do large upper body, I guess, since we're doing a big guy here. I don't know, I'm not gonna get into the nitty-gritty. Far East Traveler or whatever. Give the old Widow's Peak, the Vegeta special. Wild. Semi-long. Bobbed. Oh yeah. That's the one right there. That's like the Leon cut. Yeah, they equate the grocery brand version of Leon there. Why not? Good enough for me. No, I will not do any further customizations.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons.
I do not even remember a thing about this intro. Again, it's been like a decade since I've played this.
There was fire. And with fire came disparity. Heat and cold. Life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark, they came and found
this is where the fun begins.
Within the flame.
Hey, how's it going, Binks? What's up, Ponto? Welcome in. How you guys doing? You had it on PS3, but that was maybe 15 years ago. You don't have your PS3 anymore?
The first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights.
Oh, it broke? Oh, that sucks. Probably got that yellow light where it overheats and stuff.
Easily forgotten.
I'm doing well, Binks. How you doing? Kind of just getting started here. I would have liked to have started a little earlier tonight, but it was not in the cards.
Of lords, they challenge the dragons. Gwyn's mighty gods blew apart western spirits. The witches weaved great firestorms.
Enjoying your last day off. Nice. Starting late tonight as well. Sometimes it happens. Can't help it. But you get in what stream time you can.
Betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more.
What are you going to be streaming tonight?
Thus
I try to pop in yours when I can. It's
age of fire.
sporadic for me though, because I'm not always in a position where I could be watching Twitch. A lot of times I pop into people's channels like when I'm getting set up myself, so I feel bad like saying hey and then gotta go.
Remain.
But that's how it goes sometimes.
Even now, there are only embers. And man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the
Fast 2 Meter 3, American Truck Simulator. That's the beauty of being a variety streamer though. You can it can be very random. And nobody will bat an eyelash. I wouldn't have it any other way. I love being able to do just like kind of whatever. Some people I know, they they got their staples and their regulars, and it is good in some respects. 'Cause I do think a lot of viewers on Twitch especially like that kind of repetition and the coming back to something familiar each time. But I've always appreciated streamers that always have like a good variety of things. So
and in this
been doing
land,
8-hour streams lately. Wow, I've maybe done 8 or more hours, maybe 3 or 4 times after years and years and years. Doesn't happen often for me. What's up, Carrie? Thank you for the
where
lurk.
they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
All right, finally, we're into it. This is back when From Software did like super long intros, and then you never saw a cutscene until the very end of the game. Maybe there was just like a slight boss introduction, but there was like no dialogue or anything. They still kind of do that, but I feel like they kind of intersplice cutscenes and stuff a little bit more evenly. Who are you? Knight. You can only stream 3 days a week. Days off. I got you. So you try to get on as long as you can. I've kind of segregated that to myself too. I'm only on about three days out of the week. I try to keep them consistent, Monday through Wednesday. Those are the days that typically work best for me. Of course, tomorrow night I'm not actually going to be able to stream. So I'm thinking about doing a stream on Friday instead, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That intro cutscene was a little bit loud too. Let's see how that goes. Everything else is probably fine. But that's just because I've got much more to do now. I used to stream 5, 6, sometimes 7 days out of the week. Even when I was working a little bit more regularly, but I do so much more work off, like outside. I do like commission-based work, so I'm doing a lot of stuff that's kind of like off the beaten path, as it were. So it sort of takes up my time at home. End up committing more time to that. Alright, so we're getting started here. Keep the crap out of these thralls, whatever they are, I forget. I forget how to execute like a backstab. I think you just need to get behind them. Hold B and dash. Still press the B button to jump up. Job's too mentally taxing to stream afterwards. Want to play games that end up being too exhausted. Nah, I get it. I get it. That's kind of how it was for me. I sort of forced myself on some days. That was back when I was doing manager work. When I was, oh god, that was a rough time. But back when I was actually doing management and working full time, I had to like force myself to stream, and sometimes I wouldn't be into it. But it's like I wanted to get, you know, some hours in on a game or something. That was a lot of times when I play games strictly on stream. So it's just kind of how it went for a while. But I'm a little bit more liberated these days. But I get it. Sometimes you just don't feel it, and not too much you could do about that. I forget if there was a hidden wall over here. I'd like to change out this shitty weapon too, but I don't think we can do anything about that until much later. Oh, dispatcher. My uncle used to work as a dispatcher. He always had good things to say about it, but he was never very descriptive about his job. 10 to 14 hours a day. Try to get a few hours in on Friday, but it's hard. That's something you have to specifically request for, or is that just kind of like what they, you know, if they got it, they'll give it to you? Doesn't open from that side, okay. I was wrong, I don't think there's a hidden wall here. At least there's a bonfire. Knew he was coming in. Nope, I'm gonna duck out of that one, thanks. You know, I've been playing From Software games for a long time now, but yeah, I'm not incredibly confident in my abilities to take on that boss right now. Get your shield. Well, I would if I knew where it was. I guess it's right here. Spider shield. Lovely. Like the agency doesn't require you to work on your days off, so you try to relax. That's good. Yeah, back my old job, they would just any day. If you weren't working, they'd try to call you in. Always short-handed. Ever since the company got bought out, it's like that was always a thing. Never enough employees on hand. Yeah, I finally got a backstab. Didn't do much damage, but... Change weapons, toggle items. Ah, the battle axe. That's what we've been waiting for. Nice, now we can probably do a little bit more damage. I already got them fat rolls on. Jesus. Every Dark Souls game, typically I try to go for a medium-type build, and, you know, if I end up rolling heavy, I gotta take something off. I never let it slide, but we're gonna try. I think I'm gonna try for something strength-based. I want to try something different this run. It's probably not gonna be too unique in terms of, like, streams overall. I'm sure plenty of people like to do the, you know, the heavy builds, but I've never done it personally, so I'm just trying something new for myself. Yeah, retail will do that. They will call you all the time. No set schedule for the most part, unless you got seniority. And, they don't really care about personal circumstances. You gotta get in good with the people on top, and even then, it's like, it can be a little hard to do. That's how it goes, yeah. Unfortunately, retail work, I don't know. It seems like years and years ago, it didn't used to be as bad as it was. When I worked retail, I don't know. I could put up with people all right, but you know what always got me were like thieves and people trying to steal shit, and it's like, as far as the company like policies go, for a lot of places, it's like they just pretty much let them go. But the thing is, you let people do that, you let people go, it's like they keep coming back, and it's like you're encouraged to try and stop them, but like you're also like not supposed to do anything about it. So it got infuriating for me, and I got into a bit of, not necessarily myself into a bit of trouble, no legal issues or anything like that, but you know, there were some spats had. Probably not the best thing. But like I can typically handle customer service type stuff. People like going on about maybe like return policies and just being kind of shitty or whatever. It's like I could sort of tolerate that, but oh, that's right. The when you're undead, the male damage sound. It's a little weird. Forgot about that. I worked at AT&T. You guys would come in and cut the cords of the phone to steal them. Oof. Yeah, that's like an operation for them. I just worked at a store, so it's like they would just run in and, you know, some people would grab like a cart and pile it up with a bunch of shit and then just like run it out into a van that was waiting for them or something. But sometimes it's just people like pocketing stuff, and you could tell when they were doing it. It's like they start getting bold. I think, especially around the pandemic, people were a little bit more free and open about doing it. It's like, man, the nerve of you people. What's wrong with you?
Oh, you.
You just offered them a bag.
Thank goodness.
I can't like stand thieves and liars.
Then lose my sanity.
You know, in reality, I'm fine with like character archetypes and stuff in fictional media, but yeah, it's like when people try to do that like under my nose and stuff, it gets on my nerves. It makes me feel like I'm being insulted. They're insulting me, so I get all upset. I try to detach myself from it, but it's hard to do. So it's one of the reasons why I don't like retail. So people get all emboldened and stuff.
I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
An undead favorite? We ought to get 5 charges in this bad boy.
And this.
Undead asylum
Now
key.
I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm you after death. So go now, and thank you.
This guy's got some slick armor. I forget when we could get this at some point. I forget exactly when, but might actually just have to come back. He might drop it or something like that. But I remember putting that armor on, and I rarely took it off. The game is a little dark. I know it's called Dark Souls and everything, but I don't remember it being like this dark. Let's brighten things up just a tad, I feel. I know, like, again, it's supposed to be dimly lit and everything. And we'll get brighter in a couple areas, but yeah, it's a little much. Alright. Something died, I don't know what. Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. Just right off the bat. Damn, the corpses are impeding my movement. I'm used to a little bit more lead in on those moves. So I don't remember too much about this game, even though I played it quite a bit. I think at when I took a look at the Steam like hours logged on it, it has me clocked in at about close to 200, something like that. So it's pretty crazy. You know, for me, I know people that can play a game for 500, 600 hours, thousands of hours. I'm not one of those people that typically get burnt on something pretty damn quick. So for me, being able to play something for, you know, over 100 hours, that means it's got to be really good or something that I'm like really, really invested in. So obviously I like this one quite a bit. Still, I don't remember too many specific details on it. I don't remember really a whole lot of like good weapon locations or armor or what shops there were, or, you know, probably how to complete certain NPC quests. So it's been so long, it might actually be kind of, in some ways, a bit of a blind run. We'll see how it goes. I'm probably going to be able to pick up on a handful of things as we progress along, so... My favorite comments that I've ever seen on somebody making a comment on a Dark Souls video game was the hee-haw music. And it's like when I first heard that, I'm like, hee-haw, like some southern twang or something going on. No, it's it's how the chorus sounds. There's just like a lot of ha 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 hee hee hee. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that is hee-haw music, isn't it? Big Pilgrim's Key. And some humanity, nice. Having gone from, you know, stuff like all the games, every game after this basically, it's gonna be pretty interesting going back to playing you know, the original Dark Souls, and we'll see what some of the bosses are like. Boy, when I first played this game, I struggled so hard because I really hadn't played anything quite like it. And, you know, the parries and the dodging and, you know, the way that the combat system worked was very, very new to me. So I'm sure, I don't remember specifically, but I'm sure that that demon probably took a handful of tries before I was able to beat it first time around. Good job. Go straight ahead. Thank you. Oh, there's that nest around here. There it is. I don't think I got anything to drop in there, though. Doesn't look like there's anything we could do to talk to the bird, either. I forget if it's Pickle Pea or Parumparump or whatever the hell the name is. I don't think there's anything out here, either. Doesn't appear to be a whole lot of drops or pickups in this area. That's probably it. Alright, the adventure begins.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords.
I will say one thing I remember. Yes, Lordran. One thing I remember was there's a lot of areas that are really tight spaces. And you gotta watch out, especially if you're using like a big weapon. Even just using a straight sword, I remember having problems using a straight sword because the confines of the buildings that surround you are so tight you can't swing it. It's like either you have to do like a thrusting attack or you can't do anything. You can't like do a regular swing. So what I ended up doing for a lot of those areas was getting a spear. I don't know if it's going to be the same, this time around, if I can find something that might work a little bit better, or if I do end up getting like some kind of weapon, that we could kind of swing around heavily. But yeah, I might be switching between a few things. We'll see. Oh, we could already level up. All right, we're putting it in that strength. I could level 3 points. I remember poise was a big one. Which stat affects poise? Nothing. Maybe it has something to do with armor. I don't remember. Poise was a good one because you could like get it to a point where he couldn't be knocked over almost. But yeah, I think we'll be looking at doing points in strength and vitality. We want to get a big health bar, and we want to get a lot of strength for some scaling.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town.
Ooh, Blight Town, everybody's favorite.
And something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Yeah, I don't think I had much of a choice. It's either this or staying in the asylum. The asylum didn't really seem to offer a whole lot. Oh, that's what I needed. Oh, man, hold on. Oh, right. We gotta use it for the menu. What the hell am I thinking of? There we go. Alright. Reverse that hollowing, thank you. Nice. Now we don't look like beef jerky. Could probably use another humanity and kindle that. I don't remember what kindling the flame does, actually. I think it makes it better or something. Let's see. Oh, no, we need a secret right. Damn. Alright. Fair enough. Alright, let's take a look around, see what we got going on here. There should be a handful of NPCs we could talk to first. Oh, there's a pool. My first exposure to these types of games was actually Demon's Souls. Demon's Souls is being offered free on PlayStation Plus. Pretty early. I think it was like 2009, 2010. I got my PlayStation 3 in 2008, I want to say. I think it was the same year that Metal Gear Solid came out. Guns of the Patriots, that is. MGS4. And Demon's Souls was being offered free on PS Plus, and at that time, PS Plus was such a good deal. I think it was a lot cheaper than it is now, but it might have been like 50 or 40 bucks per year or something like that. So I had it all the time. Every free game I would check out, and if there were sales and stuff going on, I'd be sure to take a look at those. But Demon's Souls, I took a look at it. It had a big dragon on it. There was a knight with a sword and a shield. I'm like, all right, this looks cool. A Japanese-made, kind of high fantasy-looking game. So I gave it a try. It was the most brutal thing I think I had played. We think back to a time. It's like there's a lot more variety these days. But when you think back to like the 6th and 7th gen games, typically speaking, they were very, very handholdy. You had lock-ons for, your ranged weapons. If there was like a third-person shooter or something. Oh, hello, bird. Very big. There was always a guide, markers on the map providing you exact details and pinpointing you where you needed to go specifically. So, games were, again, kind of handholdy. Not really a whole lot of freedom and they allowed you to do very little. So when a game like Dark Souls had come out, this was at a time where things were a little more confined, a little more on the beaten path, and Demon Souls was just like kind of thrust you out into like this world where a bunch of enemies were coming after you. You didn't really know exactly where to go. You lost a lot of your experience upon death, and it was just super rough. Especially with that one, like the first level that you get into with Demon Souls, there's a giant dragon that like can one-shot you on a bridge when you're just walking along it, and you don't really know that it's coming. So everything came out as a surprise, and the fact that you could only respawn at specific locations, the fact that your experience got wiped and you had to go pick it up again, it's like it was a big kind of not like a huge deal. I don't want to make it seem more important than it was, but in terms of what games were like at the time, in and around that time period, yeah, it was a lot harder than stuff we were used to. So I had only played it for a couple hours or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be doing this one. And I shelved it, but for whatever reason, maybe it was because Dark Souls was available on multiple platforms. I think Dark Souls was available on probably Xbox 360 at the time, PC obviously, but Demon Souls was a PS3 exclusive, so I don't think there was a whole lot of exposure to it, especially at the time. You know, not a ton of PS3 owners, many more Xbox 360 owners at the time. And so when Dark Souls came out, it's like everybody started playing it.
Hello there. I believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thurland. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Yeah, that's fair. Probably prefer to keep my distance too. But everybody was playing it. Streaming was just starting to get big. Twitch was starting to pick up steam around the time that it came out as well. So, you know, you saw a lot of people streaming it, and everyone was touting it as like the hardest game ever made. So, you know, people of course had to check it out. But it had built up kind of like this strong cult following, and then it just got like super popular after a little while. And I was late to the party. I don't even remember if I like knew that it was associated with Demon Souls at the time. Otherwise, I might not have tried it out. I think by the time I like actually booted it up, I'm like, oh, this is that game. But I pressed on, and the game was hard, but I still managed to beat it after a long period of time. But yeah, there was something addicting about it. Something about, you know, repeatedly trying to get things done and finally making it to a boss and finally overcoming bosses. It's like, it was a very satisfying game when all was said and done. But yeah, it's really what kind of kicked off the return to form from Software, because see, this is where it's going to get tricky. See, this is one of those spaces where I was talking about where things are just like super tight. So you gotta be careful. If I were to swing, it looks like he could get through, so that's good. I feel like with a lot of other weapons, you wouldn't be able to like cut through the walls and stuff. Your attack would bounce back at you. But yeah, From Software was always doing a lot of games. They did a variety of stuff. You know, they did a lot of mecha type games. They did, you know, a lot of stuff for Sega and Microsoft consoles. Think back to like Otogi and Metal Wolf Chaos. And it's like their big thing was always the Armored Core series. And that was kind of their moneymaker. That's why they made so many damn sequels of that series. It was just because that was what was bringing in the bucks for them. But they really didn't have anything else. They had kind of dabbled, you know, we look back to things like Kingsfield, and you could see, or Shadow Tower, you could see where there was like a baseline influence for what would later become Dark Souls, but they weren't like super big on the action RPGs. It just wasn't something that I don't think a whole lot of people were interested in at the time. But the fact that, you know, Dark Souls and its popularity caught like wildfire, that definitely sort of kick-started things. And then, you know, Dark Souls 2 came out, and I don't think that one was that great. But I think it was popular enough. But then they were able to do other things like Bloodborne, for instance, after that, which was a fantastic game. Still wish that there was at least some kind of updated version of it. I've always kind of thought about streaming it. In fact, when it first came out, I did stream it like a couple times, but yeah, that game's a little rough at 30 frames these days. I think it even slows down a little bit from there, so. But anyway, maybe someday, maybe if there's absolutely no hope of any sort of upgraded version being available at some point, I'll probably pop it in and play it. I bought that DLC a long time ago, and I never actually attempted to play it, because I would have needed to play through the game again. I just didn't feel like doing that. I should have left a save that was kind of like halfway through, that way I could have just jumped right into it. Although that probably wouldn't have been for the best either, because then I would have been rusty, and the DLC probably would have kicked my ass, who knows. Very easy to backstab in this game. I didn't do it there, but I did to that other guy. We got a short sword. That's what I thought. Alright. At least now that we have humanity restored, we don't have the weird moaning undead, hollow undead. What the hell? Oh, here we go. Not sure how I got back up. What? Okay. Guess we ain't doing it that way. It's just a room. There's no other way, right? No. Okay. But the other thing too is that this Dark Souls is the only one that I've ever actually finished. Unfortunately, I kind of get bored with these games. They go on for a long time, which at least you get your money's worth, right? But yeah, they go on a little long for my tastes, especially with an action-oriented game. I'm gonna die. I know it's got the RPG aspect and all that, but still. Dark Souls 2, I've tried to play that game multiple times. I even started it as recently as last year. I think I played it even a little bit into this year. I had it on my Steam Deck for a little bit, and I was trying to make my way through it once again. Probably like the 6th time I've tried to start from the beginning again, and I just eventually just ended up putting it down. That game does not grab me. Unfortunately. I would like to like it. Like, you know, a lot of people say that it's pretty good once you get to a certain point, but I think the furthest thing along that I can remember is there was like a giant spider, and then there was a boss, and then there was a bunch of little mini spiders that came after you. That's probably the latest thing I remember, so I don't even know how far into the game that is. No. Don't mind me, I'm taking a swig. Good, finally somebody drops a firebomb. And Dark Souls 3 I've actually never attempted to start up again. I played it for what I want to say is a pretty good amount of time, maybe like 40 hours or something like that. And I just put it down and I never tried to go back to it. I don't remember, you know, there being anything that I super disliked. I hear a lot of people like kind of shit talk that game these days, but for the most part, you know, I remember liking it all right. It's one of those things. Once you get to a certain point through to a game, at least for me, I don't want to play it anymore. So, you know, 40, maybe 50 hours in, something like that, I was just like, all right, I think I've had my fill. I think I'm good. And then I just never went back to it again. But I would like to try it again. The only problem is I would need to start it from the beginning, which doesn't sound terribly fun for me. Is there somebody making their way down to me? Thought I heard footsteps. I don't remember if taking off gear makes you jump further. I don't think it does. I'm putting myself in a very compromising position. Nah, I don't think it's gonna work. Alright. Put my brigand gear back on. I got that ring of sacrifice. Okay, yeah, we want to save that. Lose nothing upon death. We don't need that right now. Yes. A little callback, kinda, although there are always dragons in these games, but it does kind of remind me of Demon Souls, I think, early on, and that one castle level. It's like the dragon makes its appearance. He's not dead yet, huh? The thing that got me nervous is this archer up here. What you kicking him around for? Here, I'll go over here. See if we could aggro one of these guys. One at a time, please. One at a time. There we go. It's a spear holder. I think one of these guys actually drops a spear, which might have been one of the first ones that I had access to. I remember getting a spear somewhat early on. God damn, hurry it up. Didn't really want to aggro the second one because that probably wouldn't have been a good idea, but... I'm surprised the axe can cut through the wall like that. I feel like I couldn't do that with a straight sword. Well, you're eager. You guys ruined my plans. Okay, I know there's the shopkeeper up there. I'm going to... Let's take a look up here. I kind of want to get everything covered, and then we can get to the bonfire that's kind of over in that area, too. Oh, you know what? We might be able to get to that little cross-section from here. There we go. I don't even remember what's up here. Probably nothing. It's gotta be something. There we go. Light crossbow and standard bolt. Alright. That was a big thing for me too at the time. I remember when I first played this game was getting a bow and arrow or a crossbow or something like that and being able to shoot enemies from afar. Either whittle down their HP with whatever kind of arrows I had or just kind of aggro them. Because I was never one to... It's usually not a good idea anyway, but just to like jump into a crowd and start cutting people up. Usually don't want to do that. But I was extremely cautious when I first played this game, so... I'm sure we won't be resorting to those tactics as much, but we'll see how it goes. Well, and already I know I'm doing better, because I remember this whole area, Undead, Blight Town, no, Blight Town's down below, the Undead Town took me forever to get through. Nice laugh. Oh boy, what do you got? He's got key items, residence key. We probably want that. 1,000 souls. You ask a steep price. How much is that? He's got a repair box. Okay, we want to be able to buy everything from him, I think, so... Well, you know, within reason. He's got the club. Oh, he's got the spear. Maybe those guys up top that I mentioned before didn't have a spear, but this guy was the one that sold it. East-west shield. I would like to get to a point where I don't have to use a shield, to be quite honest. I want to have like a big weapon. I want a big weapon, and I want to swing it hard.
Things are getting treacherous in these parts. A horrible goat demon has moved in below. And up above, there's that humongous drake, and a bull demon too. If you stick around this place, it might end up being your grave.
What a voice, what a laugh.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah. You're welcome. Pleasure's all mine. I don't remember exactly where that residence is. Might be a little bit further up, actually. The items, he sells a couple key items, so we want to make sure we get those, but you can kill him, and I think he drops the Uchigatana. I don't know if that's necessarily something that I need or want right now, but, yeah, it's a unique weapon. I don't think you could, like, purchase it from anywhere. I don't try it too much, just because of the way the save feature works, but I remember accidentally killing this guy, which is how I even knew that he had the thing to begin with. But it's like this was also a first for me, in that you could like just randomly kill important NPCs. Maybe not. I guess, you know what game was like that I played was that Phantom Menace game. Boy, I love cutting people up in that game, just regardless of what they were or who they were. The only problem is a lot of times when you had the ability to do that, they usually sent like a bunch of guards that could one-shot you after you. But yeah, you definitely do that in that game. So I guess it wasn't my first exposure, but it's the first time, I don't know, it's where it felt like I had such consequences. Because at least with the Phantom Menace game, you can like reload a save. You can't do that here. So if you accidentally kill an NPC, they ain't coming back unless you are copying, like you got a PC version, you're copying your save files manually. Oh Lord. residence key gotta be somewhere else. I gotta watch out too. I think there might be mimics in this game. I actually forget. There was a tell with them. Yeah, they should be in this game, I think. Like something about the chain, I think, was different, but I was asking for trouble with those. So we start having enemies trying to like time their hits to mix you up. I get started with it early. Nothing major. I guess this is nothing important up here either. When did I get a second humanity? Ah, there's the residence key. I don't even remember what was in here. Does it just open up a shortcut or what? Oh. There's a big ass knight, I think, down that way too. I don't know if I got the stuff to take him out though. Can't even take out this spear guy. There we go. I do remember coming up here and shooting these guys from up top. Seemed like a good idea at the time. This is the first time I've attempted to parry in this game, actually. There we go. I was gonna say my parry game might need a little bit of work. That seemed like it was on point. I don't know about that one. I guess if the game decided otherwise. See if that knight is down here. Oh, he is. I don't have I'm trying to, like, click the left stick in. Like, trying to sneak through. That ain't happening. What's this? Dead end? Alright, before I attempt that, I gotta see... Let's take a look up here. I feel like... Oh, shit. Okay, I didn't remember that. See, I knew about the iron boulder. In the asylum. I forgot about that one, though. Ah, see, the master key. Showing its value. I think if we go down here, Havel is at the bottom. Yeah, this looks like it. Which I don't think I got what it takes to beat him either. If we beat him, we could get like his ring and stuff, though. He's usually, if you want to cheese him, the best way, because I don't think he can get through the door that is on the outside of this place, because if you go down here, it's just, you know, the staircase, and that's it. There's nothing preventing him from walking up. So he'll chase you, I think, a fair amount, but he's kind of slow, so maybe it's nothing to really worry about. However, oh boy, accessing this tower from the outside, and I think it's a minute before we actually get to that point, but accessing the tower from the outside actually is the best way to kind of cheese him, because he can't get through that doorway. And you could just either like shoot at him, or you could hit him and then run back through the doorway, and he's not going to be able to pass you out there. Alright, so that's the boss. I don't remember how easy or hard it was. Some kind of demon thing with a giant weapon. It's a pretty big guy too. So, I know there's a tactic for it. You could drop down on a high point. Let me see what even damage I could do to this guy. Oh, hi. Shit. These guys can run too. That didn't work. I was trying to parry. The easiest way to kill him, just like on a one-on-one fight, is to parry. I think the sword guys are the easiest to parry as well. But ooh, all the way back here. Shit. That's right. I did not rest. I lit the bonfire, but I did not rest there. So if you don't rest there, it doesn't count. So I think the future games, if you light it at a minimum, that is enough to actually get it unlocked. Well, obviously you unlock it, but like get it to the point where it's the one that you can respawn at. Almost screwing me up with the camera there. Felt like I was gonna fall through. I used to respawn at the bonfire down below there and come up here and work my way through, kill that rat a bunch of times, because it was one of the easier places early on in the game to farm for humanity. Not gonna rush necessarily, but I'm trying to work my way through here pretty quick. Actually dodge. Look at you. Oh. Thought since he turned he wouldn't actually be able to hit me. He did not give up that bolt. Better take out this guy just in case. Oh, I forgot the soul thing was green. Okay, got my souls. I could probably level up a few times, but I think I want to get those key items first, so we'll go back to the merchant real quick. I'm not going to mess around with the knight down there, just because I'm probably going to end up being in the same situation. Might be a little bit too rusty on the parries. I haven't been trying to parry for a lot of games of late, except like Sekiro, and the parry system works very differently. Well, that and like Stellar Blade. Okay, so I parry in other games, just not like Souls type games. I'm not trying it with like Elden Ring or anything like that. Oh, I forgot they have their own Estus flasks. How dare they? Okay. Hello.
Oh, there you are. Still keeping your marbles all together? Then go ahead, don't be a nitwit. Never hurts to splurge when your days are numbered.
Regular yuckster over here. We want the repair box. Oh, shit. God, that was 2,000, huh? Or no, was it 3,000? I had a lot of souls.
Thank you kindly.
Yeah. I do have these. Acquire souls, yeah, but how many? I don't really like that these are like auto hotkeying for me. Though to be honest, I probably don't need... It's not like Elden Ring where you have like the Cerulean and the Crimson Flask and the Physic and all that, so you really only need the Estus one. Okay, give me the bottomless box. Thinking, I wonder if I need any, or I would like to get any of these. 350 for like a reinforced club. Maybe the spear, the short bow, I remember being handy specifically if I want to get, I don't think you could do it with the crossbow, but specifically if I want to get the Drake sword, but I don't know if I want to do that. It's not really what I'm aiming for here. It's also got some armor, but yeah.
Oh, come back. Oh, I hope.
Yes, I brought souls. I don't even know what my current weapon does in terms of damage. This might scale better though, we'll see. I see a lot of people using clubs when they play this game. Not to say that this is the ideal thing here, but... Alright, so plus 18. It's nice. It does, there we go. I don't know, it's blue, so as it says, it like scales better. Oh shit, I forgot there was durability in this game, god damn it. Yeah, I'm glad they got rid of that eventually. I hate weapon durability. At least it's not as bad as something like, the new Zelda's? Breasts of the Wild and TikTok. This does do higher damage output though, so that's nice. But yeah, weapon durability and weapon damage, it's always kind of shitty. No, I haven't started. I'm gonna play this for another, I don't know, maybe another 45 minutes or something like that, and then we'll get into off. Welcome in, Bismuth. Spider shield. Oh yeah, you do it with souls. That's not too bad. Access the bottomless books. Let's just start putting stuff away. I might keep the battle axe just in case. I'll go ahead and keep the, what advantages does the spider shield have? Has resistance to poison. Doesn't seem like it's all that great. I feel like one of the other shields would be better if I have to use a shield. Let's have a look-see. Alright. The hollow soldier's shield is a little bit better. The only reason I'd probably... Well, the shield is handy at this point in the game. Again, I think I'm going to build up to where I can wear like some hefty armor or something like that, but not really going to worry about it too much. Alright, I think we're going to work our way to the boss. Because after we do that, we end up getting the bonfire that's up there, I'm pretty sure. Which might be a better point to try and tackle that night. I do want to see if I could beat it, but yeah, I don't know if like going all the way over there from here is the best option for me. Oh, where'd this dude from behind come from? Shit. I guess he must have come from below. I'm not used to the the guys respawning, I guess. I've only done it the one time. I figured they wouldn't come after me, but prove me wrong. That's gonna take some getting used to. The heavy attack with this is like a leaping attack. It does a little more damage, which is nice. Ah, it was too low for you. I love the ragdoll physics. That was something that was missing out of Dark Souls 2 that I like missed sorely. Come on. Okay. All right. See, if he still had the barrels, I would have been in trouble. Get a little bit of armor out from that. Since we got it, let's see. Lower magic defense, bleed resist, and poison resist, but higher physical attack power defense, which is good. What else we get? Pants. Alright, those are kind of shitty. Okay, this should be it. Let's see what this boss is. There he is. Alright. Taurus demon. So this is what I remember about this. You can go back and jump up here. course, it didn't work out for me. My intention was to drop on him, but I don't remember these guys being up here. Still get me from that point. Ow. Dodged a little too early. Alright. Kind of a rougher start than I was expecting. I think I could get it, but maybe on the next one. But yeah, the thing that threw me off right off the bat. Oh shit, I'm gonna get thrown off here again. I'm gonna die here. Shit. It's 1,000 souls we left. I got lucky last time because the guy came up from behind. See, I second guessed it this time because then I remembered. I'm like, uh-oh. I forgot there was the one behind me. And then I doubled back to try and get him, but then by that point I was already getting pincered. I don't know which one comes after me. It must be this one then, huh? I didn't think the archer did. Okay, now we should be clear. I don't think another one comes after us. Picking that up. Thing about modern Souls type games, whether they're Souls likes or even like, you know, a lot of the From Software type games these days, is that they tend to put bonfires or whatever the equivalent is in its respective game like right before a boss battle, and I feel like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like when that stopped being the case, because maybe it's always been a Dark Souls tradition. I forget exactly now. I think I forgot the one in the house. I was like, where did this guy come from? But anyway, it seems to be more of a thing, I guess, in like the non-Dark Souls type games. I want to say like even in Bloodborne and stuff like that, but it's like the bonfires or whatever the equivalent is tend to be like right in front of the boss, and it's like, especially with Demon Souls. Demon Souls is a nightmare, but like Demon Souls, this one, and even up into 2, although I feel like it's a little bit less so with Dark Souls 2, but even with Dark Souls 2, there's like a, you know, a little bit of a walk up until you actually get to the boss. Also, that's the ticket. That's what you need to do here. The boss doesn't come in right away, so you gotta get rid of the archers first, and then you gotta go trigger him. I wasn't expecting them in general. I didn't know that they were actually up there. So when I came up, I'm like, oh, what are you guys doing up here? It's like, should I try to take care of them, or maybe just jump down? Okay, come on. Try to get that, I don't think he could exploit it twice. He was down here for a while when I jumped up a second time after already getting the drop attack on him, but try to get that drop attack for a little bit of damage bonus. Don't really like fighting him on the bridge though, because let's see. Oh, you can. You can't just like drop on him again. Well, I'll be. I don't remember that. Alright, see ya. That was a lot easier this time. Humanity, Homeward Bone. Nothing super eventful, but good enough. Easy peasy. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't remember all the tricks of the trade and everything like that, so I'm gonna be scraping by when it comes to like stuff that's probably gonna be obvious for a little long-time players. But it's like I'll remember something every now and again, and it's like, oh yeah, that happened, and you could do this, or you can exploit that. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of times where I'm gonna have to be feeling it out. What's up, Solaire?
You don't look hollow. Far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange?
It's right there.
Well, you should.
What's up, Juggin?
No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Not much. We've just been getting through Dark Souls. I have not started off. Bismuth was here a little earlier. He was asking if I started it yet. Nope. We'll get to that in a bit, but I'm putting a little chunk of time into Dark Souls first.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Yes, what is your proposition?
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Sure.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this.
This game does have nice skyboxes. That was something that From Software was always good at, even going back to their early games.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation.
There's the
Of course,
line.
we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Yes, I might be. His summon sign doesn't look any different from anyone else's, except when you approach it, there might be a little figure of him that spawns, but I don't know. Jolly cooperation. That's the line everybody likes. Everybody loves Solaire too. I guess he's a friendly guy. He's got cool armor. But boy, earlier when this game came out, holy shit, the memes. Constant. I thought there was a bonfire over here. Did it like spawn up top here or something? I don't even remember. Doesn't seem like there's anyone like any closer up to the point that we got into. This is all blank here. Well, I'll be, son of a bitch. Gonna be a minute yet before we get to that, try to tackle that night again, I guess. Now, which would be the closest one to here then? Because I guess back at Undeadburg there was one. You know, the one that we started off on. Yeah, this game isn't nearly as bad with bonfires as Demon Souls. Demon Souls will, like, give you one every, 100 miles. And it's like, you have to open up your paths and stuff like that. There he is. So there's the dragon. You can't get in through the front gate there. There's a point, I think, where you're supposed to drop off, maybe. I forget. I don't think we could do it back here. There's a way to get down to, like, the secondary part of the bridge, though. Trying to look. Oh, you know what? There's that halfway point. Maybe there's something in there. I forget. So at this point, what you could do, if you wanted to spend the time and the money, because you got to get a decent amount of money, because you got to buy yourself a lot of arrows and shit, too. But his tail is just hanging there. I don't even remember how you engage this thing in combat, to be quite honest. I think I always killed it with arrows, if I even did it. But his tail's hanging out right there. If you shoot, like, a shitload of arrows, he will drop that Drake sword, which is pretty good at this point in the game. It's just, again, depends on how much money you want to put into the thing. Which I don't know that I want to do it. I kind of want to go back to... I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to a bonfire just so I could use my souls. These guys are dead, right? I remember being able to sneak up on this guy, but when I tried to do it last time, he just, like, turned around pretty abruptly. There we go. Look at all that damage I didn't do. That was a sneak attack, too. Damn. Yeah, my parry game needs a little work. Be getting into this shit again. I got 4,000 souls. I'd rather not lose them right now. Come on if you must. Fight me down here. Oh, that guy came out of his hole. That's a decent amount of damage. Ah, shit. Couldn't roll back enough. Oh well. At least I died right here, which means I can get my souls back right when I respawn. Yeah, it's the easiest thing just to parry him, but, easier said than done. Uh-oh. There should be a toggle option. God, I hope so. There we go. Okay. Ooh, 5 levels. Alright, everything in strength and a couple in vitality. Let's see. I keep trying to hit the bumpers to try and get the to the all this shit, but I keep messing it up. So that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm just gonna put that away. I don't think I'll be wanting to use that for a while. That was a very long delay. That was such a long delay that I tried to parry and I had enough time to block. One of those bastards trying to come up on me earlier. Ooh, 2 for 1. Come on, spear guy, you're so slow. Old man walking here. I'm already back up to like 1,500 souls. Well, 1,400. Ah, I forgot about that guy. You know what? Where? Okay. Yeah, he's through the door. Let's take a look at old Havel here and see what he's got going on. His armor game is a little intense. I don't even think two-handing it, I'm going to be able to get all that much damage in. It's, yeah. Yeah, we'd be in it for the long run if, I was attempting to actually kill him. I don't know if I could get that door open, actually. Come up here a sec. Oh, we can. Okay, cool. Darkroot Basin. See, he can't get through that doorway, so that's where the exploit comes into play. Hold on, let me check something here. Yeah, we got something's happening. Not yet. No rip yet. Yeah, the smash guy. What's up, Akuma? Well, no. I have not dropped any frames. My connection just got interrupted for some reason. I don't know what the hell that was. I saw it on my end, too. Like, probably a little bit before you guys did, but I was looking at my OBS, preview, and I just saw the connection go flat, and I switched over to Twitch, and sure enough there was a disconnect, so I don't know what's going on. It's the game is frozen. I tabbed out, so the game's not running. Because I was looking at OBS. Now it should be back to where it was. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what that was. Connection just got like cut as far as my internet goes for a second there, and then now it seems to be back again. So I don't know what's going on. It's probably my internet, but usually I don't have a problem with it. There tends to not be an issue, but every once in a while ISP ends up doing something wacky. Good. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on my end either, so we'll be hopeful that things kind of remain that way. No more drops in the connection. Ooh. Well, I play a variety of things, Chuck, and if you're curious what I've streamed, because I've been streaming for like a decade at this point or more. I've been streaming a long ass time. This stream's had its ups and downs. It's always been on Twitch, but the Blood Bowl, I actually think I have that. I've never played it before. I've played a lot of different games. I don't tend to stick with one particular genre, so in fact, typically speaking, when it comes to like turn-based RPGs and stuff, I do maybe 2 a year at max. I think there's been a couple of years where I haven't played any. But yeah, it's not terribly often that I actually do RPGs. It's just that of late I was trying to get a couple RPGs done specifically because I had physical copies of them. And when you have physical copies of older games that use batteries, those batteries go dead after a little while. And so I was like, oh shit. It's like these games are approaching like 30 years old. I don't know if those batteries are going to hold out too much longer. So what I ended up doing was, in a very brief amount of time, I ended up streaming Super Mario RPG, Earthbound, and Chrono Trigger. Specifically because I had a fear of the batteries dying. So that was a very unusual case for me. But, you know, we ended up doing a little bit more after that, obviously. But just one of those things. Def Jam Fight for New York. I've got no shortage of games. I will say that much. And I actually have a collection of games where I've pulled out copies of each console, each system that I have, and I set aside probably 5 to 10 games from each console. And I've got them all sitting on my bookshelf. And my intention this year was to just, you know, finish a game, go to my shelf, pick out another one, plug it in, stream it. But we've been a little bit sidetracked. We've had some requests come in. We've had some new games come in. Brand new stuff come out this year. So there's been some little sidetrackedness going on. But I do intend to get back to them. I mean, there's, I kind of want to do the Time Splitter series. I still got to finish up Armored Core. I'd like to resume Klonoa with doing the second one. I'd like to do Ace Combat again. As far as RPGs go, I wanted to do Kudelka and possibly Shadow Hearts and definitely Shadow Hearts Covenant at some point. I want to do Lair because I wanted to check out what Factor 5 did right before they went defunct. There's another RPG on PS3 called Folklore I was sort of interested in checking out. We got the Wolverine game coming out like next year or something like that, so I want to check out the X-Men Origins game that was light years better than the movie. Finish up the Sly Cooper series with Sly Cooper 4, which was not made by Insomniac. Was it Insomniac that made that series? No, I don't remember. No, I don't know. Whoever made it, I forget. No, it was Sucker Punch. It was Sucker Punch. Not made by Sucker Punch, but still it's the last game of the series. Got some stuff on the GameCube. Wanted to play Ultimate Spider-Man at some point. Billy Hatcher, which was a game that was kind of rare when I bought it, but I don't think it's as rare as it is. Killer 7. As far as RPGs go, there's The Last Story on the Wii, which I wanted to check out. Probably continue the Silent Hill series with doing that Frozen Memories or whatever that game was. I kind of wanted to check out some stuff with the Metroid. I got to do Super Metroid at some point, Metroid Prime. We got to resume Bayonetta. I see Lost Odyssey for the Xbox 360 along with Alice. Whatever the hell that game was. I don't know. I got a shitload of stuff. I'm just looking at all of it. So, yeah, I got plenty of games. I got so many games that I like have in line that I'm looking at streaming. But yeah, we got a bunch of different things here. The only reason I'm streaming this too is because I have been playing so many similar games in this genre. I wanted to revisit this one because the original Dark Souls is like one of my all-time favorites. So it's kind of out of left field, but it's just something I've been really feeling of late. I don't see much of a point for fighting games on stream. I'm much more of a single-player kind of experience person, and fighting games don't really offer that. I mean, granted, there are, like, you know, stories and stuff, and there are arcade modes and all that kind of stuff, but it's not really the focal point of a lot of fighting games. And I am not okay. So there's one thing I don't ever play or stream. I don't play it privately. I don't play them on stream. I do not do multiplayer. Is not a thing that I've ever enjoyed unless I'm doing co-op. But like competitive multiplayer, not my thing. So yeah, I mean, I think I did Tekken 7 on stream a couple times when I was waiting for like a game to download. Oh no, you know what it was? I had the Mass Effect Legendary Collection or whatever that was, and I needed to verify the file integrity because something shit the bed with the game, and it took like about an hour to get that done. So I'm like, well, I was playing a little Tekken 7 earlier. Let me just pop that in and I'll check that out. We played it for maybe about an hour. That's probably like the last fighting game that I played. About 30 minutes of content in arcade mode, if even. Maybe you get a little more if you're doing like different character stories or something like that. I don't think I want to jump down. There's a bonfire down there. Of course, we can't warp to other bonfires. I don't even remember where this goes. Where does this go? Pop my strength up to 20. I mean, you know, any games that have a focus on story that aren't RPGs. It's just like platformers. Yeah, I guess platformers ain't really my thing either. I really dislike Mario games, just in general. Oh, no, wait, we just came back down here. Shit. I did not realize. Oh, no! There was the ladder up there. Oh, well. Here, I wonder if I could run through these enemies real quick. I was not paying attention, like in the slightest. You all stay away from me. I got places to be and things to do. Yeah, I can go back there, but I gotta kick down the ladder. I completely missed that. I forgot about that entirely. Oh, wait, no, that's the... There we go. Yeah, Soul Calibur, the Soul Calibur games in general, they have a decent little single player. I mean, I owned every Soul Calibur up to... Actually, wait, no, I did own every Soul Calibur, never mind. I was gonna like have a prerequisite, but no, I have every Soul Calibur game. I might not have 5, actually. And let me resend that, just in case I don't. I played it. I don't know if I own it, though. Def Jam, I remember seeing, like, on G4, it looked funny. Not really my type of thing, since I'm not, like, big into the rap scene or anything like that, but I guess it's just a fighting game, so what does it matter? But, I mean, you heard me, like, roll off, you know, a dozen or more games. It's like, again, it's, those are all things, like, I actually want to play. Like, it's my intention to actually get them done. It's not like, you know, on a rainy day, maybe I'll pick it up. No, I actually want to play those games. Every single one that I named earlier. So it's like I want to get to them. It's like if people want to watch me play something else, that's fine. I don't mind doing another type of game. But I've got so many games that like I own physically that I actually want to stream. So I got no shortage. I don't mind if people recommend games or they use the channel points, to have me stream something. But yeah, there's a shitload of games I want to play. So yeah, we're kind of good, but. Again, I wouldn't mind checking out something every once in a while. I forgot those things could actually poison me. Ugh. I gotta get humanity back just so that my character doesn't moan like that. What else we got going on here? Is this it? I don't even know if I'm going to be playing this all the way through. Though, I will say, I could probably get through this game a lot faster than I was able to get through it, like, in the past. But I just, had a big, mighty need to try and do this one. Oh, there's a bonfire over there. I don't think I'd ever stream Dark Souls 2 or 3. Maybe 3. I don't know. Never say never. 3 was always one that I wanted to finish, but I was talking about it earlier on in the stream, but it's like I get so burnt on these games. After like 20, 30 hours or something like that, they start to lose their charm. That's about my limit for most games. It's like if it takes more than 20, 30 hours, it's really going to have to be something good in order to hold my attention. Because I'm going to start zoning out on it. Okay, I kind of remember this boar thing. I don't remember it being fun. There is... Ugh. Okay. We got them all there. I don't know if it like spews out fires, some crafty shit going on. Oh. Might want to start putting a little bit more points into endurance or whatever. I need a little bit more stamina. Alluring skull. Okay. I need to... I don't know how to get that gate open. I need to get that gate open somehow. I think there's a... Is there a path somewhere around here? I might have to beat that boar. I don't know why that guy's like walking into it. Alright. Yeah, I was a lot more, and I like forgot a bunch of stuff already, but I was a lot more familiar with like the first hour of this game just because I had played it recently on the Steam Deck. And it's like from this point on, I do not remember too much. I think there's got to be a control panel somewhere. A lever of some sort. Might be near, yeah, it might be near the boar. Not seeing it. It might be like under the bridge or something. Oh, there's a little pathway down there. That's what it is. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with this thing. I don't think I could get down that path. If I remember right, it's completely armored and you can't like actually hit it from the front. You can only hit it from the back. Or, well, you can probably technically hit it from any direction, but you can only do damage to it from the back. I don't remember. How does that work? I'll give that a try. All that shit. Is it one of those things where it's afraid of fire? I don't know how far he's gonna chuck this thing. Well, I'll be damned. I don't remember that. Seems to work. I guess that's why they had the alluring skulls there. Heh. Cool. Only 750 points, so wasn't that much. Yeah, if I ever did that at any point in time, I completely forgot about it. It has been allured. It's one of them tight quarters places where there's probably going to be a lot of weapons that ain't going to be working so great in this section. Damn. See a bunch of like barrels. It's probably filled with oil. I don't want to be standing next to them. Somebody had a torch. Mystery key. That should be fun. Come to think of it, I was shit talking Demon Souls before because of how hard that game was for me when I first played it. But I did end up getting the remake on PS5, and I did not put that much time into it. I probably played it for maybe about 10 hours, and then I put it down. I'm like, yeah, I remember this game. But I should really finish it. I don't know if it'd be something I stream, but take a look at it, maybe. Honestly, I played it, and then I pulled out my copy from the PS3 and gave it a little try, and they didn't feel too different. Just strictly gameplay. I mean, it looked different, yeah, for sure, but the actual, like, gameplay, Bluepoint did an okay job at trying to replicate it. A lot of people got problems with Bluepoint, missing themes and, I don't know, getting the look right with certain things about it, but for the most part, I thought it was actually pretty damn close to the original, playing them back to back. I don't remember if I get, like, yeah. That's what I thought! Got a pincer attack. Trying to mess me up. Ooh, I want what he has. Okay, never mind. I think I remember getting gear from those guys. Go away, indicator. I got a Titanite shard. Great, cool, thanks. Boy, if there's a bonfire around here, I got no clue where it is. Basement key. I think the idea is to get this gate open, and then the closest bonfire is going to be that one back in Undeadburg. I feel like there was one that was sort of close by, but I don't remember exactly where it was. I used to be deathly afraid of these guys, too. Nothing to be afraid of. I don't think there's a bonfire in here, though. Oh, there's like a big night in the back, though. I mean, I played this game before, so you can tell me if you remember, but, yeah, no worries about spoilers with this one. It's just that it's been so goddamn long since I played this game, I do not remember it. It's one of those situations. I don't commit things to memory if they're not super important. And I don't know that I ever thought I'd play this game again, to be quite honest. I'd played it so much. I know that there's an elevator that leads back to the Firekeeper area. back in here, but I don't remember if you get access to it right away or if you have to hit up the gargoyles. Keep trying to parry, it ain't working out so well for me. Alright, I got nothing left in the tank, and it's probably not much that's gonna help me. Near the blacksmith. We're that close to the blacksmith? I thought you had to, I'm so low on health that I do not have any Estus. I'm just gonna go back to... If I could even access it. Yeah, I should be able to. I'm just gonna go back to the bonfire. I'll probably try to run up that way. Don't want to go that way. There's a knight up there. I hear footsteps. I should have just jumped down, jeez. It's happened several times already, but I keep forgetting that you could actually, you can't actually slide down the ladders. Alright, let's see what we got going on. Put a couple points there. Need 1,600 to get the next one. Probably is not going to take too long to do that. Alright, I'll try to run it. I don't know how long a lot of those enemies aggro for. Hopefully we don't end up getting a pile after us, but maybe I'll just, for the sake of trying to see if we could actually get to the next bonfire, I might just try to run past everybody. Well, the fact that the gate's open, you could just run up the second level. That's what I used to do, I remember. Jesus, okay. I worry about the boar when you got rats after you. But yeah, man, I don't even remember it respawning actually, but the, you could probably just jump up the second level. There's no way that the boar follows you past a certain point. But I am worried about enemies like piling up. See, that's where it gets me. There we go. I used to lure these out all the way here and try to fight them. I was lucky that first time, I guess. These damn rats never look any different. They look the same. It's like using the same model in Elden Ring, too. I'm sure they're not, but they look really similar. I get a little humanity, nice. let's see. No, the board doesn't respawn. Look, it's gone. Crossbow guys give me a little pause, but son of a bitch, you beat me to the punch. Alright, they do not jump down and try to follow you. Tried to parry me. What do you think this is, Dark Souls? I know this isn't the route that you had mentioned previously, but I want to go back here and try to get that item. I don't remember what it is, but... we'll see. Every time I see this enemy, I think of that DSP clip. Where, oh, it's a night shield, that's good. Where he, he sneaks up on that enemy, and I don't remember what happens. I think he tries to roll, and then somehow gets a backstab on him. That... it's like collapses or something, doesn't it? Ooh, the halberd. I remember using the halberd, actually. Oh, shit. It's like, wait a second. I thought there was a guy on the other side there. I don't remember why I don't know why I didn't remember that, but... I'll do the same. Jerk. Shit. I guess this is one of them riposting type guys. I don't think that guy came after me last time. Because if he did, I beat him a lot quicker than that. Alrighty. So, altar to the right. This way. There's just like a shitload of enemies over there, though. Can we actually get past here? Man, I don't remember getting to the blacksmith until after I beat the gargoyles, but I think I might have just been jumping the gun. Hey. You stay back there. All right. Sen's Fortress. Yeah, there he is, the big guy.
Oh, forgive me. I was absorbed in thought. I
Clearly.
am Siegmeyer of Katarina. Quite honestly, I've run flat up against a wall. Or a gate, I should say. The thing just won't budge. No matter how long I wait. And oh, have I waited. So here I sit, in quite a pickle, weighing my options, so to speak.
Everybody's so jolly. Yeah, I don't think it's one of them waiting games.
Still closed. Still closed.
Somebody died. What was that?
Still closed. Still closed.
Alright. Yeah, on your night. I think that's Sen's Fortress, which we're not going to be able to get into until a little bit later, but we do have access to a lot of other things. We got to kind of clear out the rest of kind of like the church and stuff, and then we got to do the gargoyles. There's a lot of in and around type things too. I think we can start making our way down to kind of like the underground area from about that point as well, so I got to be on the lookout for some alternate paths. We do have the blacksmith here now too, so we can upgrade weapons and gear and stuff, but I don't know that I necessarily want to do that right now, especially with this low-grade gear. There's this thing. I always hated fighting those. It's one of those things where I'd like bust out the old crossbow and some bolts or arrows or something like that and just fire at it until it died. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, the two characters that I think people like the most in this game in particular have got to be the Onion Knight and Solaire. They always seem to have the most positive reception. But yeah, still, there's quite a bit that needs to be done back in this area, so we will do that. I think I'm actually going to break on this game here. It's been fun kind of revisiting. I think I'll probably come back to this at some point, a little bit later on in the week, but I think we'll stop here. I might even try to grind for some souls or something like that, maybe get myself in slightly better standing, and maybe we'll go after those bell tower gargoyles or whatever next time. See if we can't find a couple more paths in some areas we can get to, but our options are open to us. So a couple different routes we could take from this point, so that's nice. But give me a sec, I'm going to stop this game and we will get into off and get started with that. That should all be set up and ready to go. Didn't even need to apply any sort of translation or anything. Seems like the download already had it all set, so good deal. Anyway, give me just a sec, I will be right back.